Hello students, today I am going to teach you 10th lesson of your textbook that is called direct proportion. This is the definition of direct proportion. It says two distinct quantities are said to be in direct proportion if they increase or decrease in the same ratio. Now I am going to describe above definition further. It says, if two quantities are in direct proportion, then when one quantity increases, other quantity will also increases in the same ratio. When one quantity increases, other quantity will also increases in the same ratio. Here, if two quantities are direct proportion, if one quantity decreases, other quantity will also decreases in the same ratio. Now look at this example 1. Here two quantities are number of books and price. If number of books is 2, price is 50. Number of books 6, price is 150, and number of book 1, price is 25. Here number of books become 3 times. 2 multiplied by 3, 6. Here price also become 3 times. 50 multiplied by 3, 150. When one quantity increases, other quantity also increases in the same ratio. Same ratio is 3 here. Now look at these two values. 6 divided by 6 is equal to 1. Then here 150 divided by 6 is equal to 25. Now what happened here? One quantity decreases, then the other quantity also decreases in the same ratio. Same ratio is here 6. Here two quantities are number of books and price. We can say these two quantities are directly proportional. So it is a direct proportion. Now look at second example. Distance traveled by an object moving at a constant speed and the time taken for the journey. What are the two different quantities here? We can take one quantity as distance and the other one is time. Question says vehicle travels constant speed. As example, I take constant speed as 50 kilometers per hour. You can take any value here, but I am going to take it as 50 kilometers per hour. What is the meaning of this one? Within 1 hour, it travels 50 kilometers. Within 2 hours, how many kilometers travel? Within 2 hours, it travels 100 kilometers. Within 3 hours, multiply this one by 3. Within 3 hours, it travels 150 kilometers. Here two quantities are distance and time. Now look at here. If time 1 hour, it travels 50 kilometers. Here time become 2 times. Distance also become 2 times. 50 multiplied by 200. Here I am going to divide this one by 4. 2 divided by 4, it is half. Then 100 divided by 4, it is also equal to 25. Now look at here. If time increases, distance also increases in the same ratio. Ratio is 2. If time decreases, distance also decreases in the same ratio. Same ratio is 4. Now we can say these two quantities, time and distance, are directly proportional. It is a direct proportion. Now look at the third example. Length of a side of a square and its perimeter. Here two quantities are length of a side and perimeter. Now look at here. If the length of a side is 10 cm, perimeter is 40. How you can obtain perimeter? By multiplying length of a side by 4. 10 multiplied by 4, 40. 20 multiplied by 4, 80. And 5 multiplied by 4, 20. Now look at here. This quantity increases 2 times. And this quantity also increases 2 times in the same ratio. Here this quantity decreases. 20 divided by 4, it is 5. 80 divided by 4, 20. Now here, if one quantity increases, other quantity also increases in the same ratio. Ratio is 2. If one quantity decreases, other quantity also decreases in the same ratio. Ratio is 4. Now we can say these two quantities are directly proportional. It is a direct proportion. Now look at fourth example. Length of a side of a square and its area. Here two quantities are length of a side and area. Here length of a side 10 cm. How you can obtain the area of it? Length multiplied by breadth. In a square, length and breadth are equal. So 10 multiplied by 10, 100. If length is 20, how you can find the area? 20 multiplied by 20, it is 400. If length is 5, area is 25. 5 multiplied by 5, 25. Here two quantities are length of a side and area. Here length of a side increases. Here area also increases. Here 10 multiplied by 2, 20. Here 100 multiplied by 4, 400. 10 multiplied by 2, 20. 100 multiplied by 4, 400. Here if one quantity increases, other one also increases, but not in the same ratio. Now look at these two. Here 20 divided by 4, it is 5. 400 divided by 16, it is 25. Here one quantity increases, other one also increases, but not in the same ratio. One quantity decreases, other one also decreases, but not in the same ratio. So this is not a direct proportion. We call this is not a proportion because there is no same ratio. It is not a proportion. Reason is not in the same ratio. Now look at fifth example. Number of people needed to finish a certain task and the number of days taken for it. Here two quantities are number of people and number of days. If number of people 10, number of days taken to finish it 6. If number of people 5, number of days taken to finish it is 12. Now look at here. Number of people become half. If number of people become half, what happened to number of days? It becomes 2 times. Here, one quantity decreases, other quantity increases. Now look at this one. 5 multiplied by 3, 15. And 12 divided by 3, 4. Here, if one quantity decreases, other quantity increases. If one quantity increases, other quantity decreases. So this is not a direct proportion. We call this is an inverse proportion. We will learn about inverse proportion in grade 10. In grade 9, we study only about direct proportion. Let's start to solve problems in this lesson. There are 3 methods you can use. The first method is unitary method. This is the first method we are going to learn. Solving problems related to direct proportion using unitary method. Name of this method is unitary method. First example is price of 5 books is 150. Then find the price of 8 books. In this method, first you have to find the value of a unit. It is called unitary method. Here price of 5 books is 150. First find the price of 1 book. When you are finding the value of 1 unit, it is called unitary method. In this method, you have to write these sentences. Price of a book, 5 books is 150 rupees. Then price of 1 book. Divide this one by 5. It is 30 rupees. Then to find the price of 8 books, multiply this one by 8. Answer is 240 rupees. This is the second example for unitary method. If a train moving at a constant speed travels 20 km in 15 minutes, find the distance traveled within 36 minutes. Here within 15 minutes it travelled 20 km. You have to find the distance travelled within 1 minute. Then you can find the distance travelled within 36 minutes. First write distance travelled within 15 minutes. It is 20 km. Then find the distance travelled within 1 minute. Divide this one by 15. If you divide 20 by 15, it is a decimal number 1.333 and continuous. So don't write this decimal number here. In the first example, we can divide 150 by 5. The answer is a whole number. But here, if you divide 20 by 15, it is a decimal number. So don't write the decimal value. Take this fraction here. Then this is the distance travelled within 1 minute. To find the distance travelled within 36 minutes, multiply this fraction by 36. Instead of decimal number, take this fraction here. Now you can cut these numbers. Here divide by 5. Here 3 and here 4. Then divide these two by 3. 1 and 12. Now 4 multiplied by 12, 48. It is 48 kilometers. This is the answer for example 2. As I said earlier, there are 3 methods you can use to solve problems related to direct proportion. This is the second method we are going to learn. Second method is solving problems related to direct proportion using the definition. This is the second method. Look at this example. If the price of 5 pence is 100 rupees, find the price of 9 pence. What are the two quantities here? Number of pence and price. Here price of 5 pence is 100 rupees. Number of pen 5, price is 100 rupees. Find the price of 9 pence. Take the price of 9 pence as X. Illustrate this information using arrow diagram. Now again look at this topic. Solving problem related to direct proportion using definition. What is the definition of direct proportion? It says if one quantity increases, other quantity also increases in the same ratio. So ratio between these two, we can write it as 5 to 9 is equal to ratio between these two, 100 to X. Then write this ratio as a fraction. We can write it as 5 over 9. Here 100 over X. Now this is the equation. By solving this equation, you have to find the value of x. Now here you can use cross multiplication to remove this denominator. So take x here and take 9 here. If you take x here, 5 multiplied by x. If you take 9 here, it is 100 multiplied by 9. 5x equal 900. Divide both sides by 5. Then x equal 180. So what is the answer here? Price of 9 pence equal 180 rupees. This is the answer. Now look at second example. Buying price or cost price of an item is 600. If the trader keeps 10% profit, what will be the selling price? What are the two quantities here? It is buying price and other one is selling price. Buying price and selling price. Here buying price is 600 rupees. You have to find the selling price. Take it as x. Selling price as x. Illustrate this information using arrow diagram. Here buying price is 600. You have to find selling price. Take it as x. Now give your attention here. Trader keeps 10% profit. If the buying price is 100, what will be the selling price? Trader keeps 10% profit. 10% means 10 rupees for 100 rupees. If trader keeps 10%, you have to add 10 to 100. It is 110 rupees. Another example, if trader keeps 20% profit, what you have to write here? 100 plus 20, 120. If trader obtained 10% loss, what you have to write here? If it is 10% loss, you have to subtract 10 from 100. If trader gives 10% discount, you have to subtract 10 from 100. Then the value will be 90. If it is a profit, you have to that value to 100. If it is a loss, subtract that value from 100 and write here. If it is a discount, again subtract that value from 100 and write here. Now I am going to use the definition of direct proportion to solve this question. Here ratio between these two, 600 to 100, is equal to ratio between these two. It is x to 110. Now this ratio you can write as a fraction. 600 over 100, x over 110. Now to find x, you have to use cross multiplication method. So take 110 here and take 100 here. 600 multiplied by 110 equal 100 multiplied by x. Now you can divide both sides by 100. Divide both sides by 100. These two cancel and here two zeros cancel. 6 multiplied by 110. It is 660 rupees. The selling price is 660 rupees. This is the answer for second example. Now look at third example. Find the amount needed to buy an item which worth 500 rupees from a shop which offers a discount of 15%. What are the two quantities here? It is selling price of the item and mark price of the item. If mark price is 500 rupees, you have to find the selling price. Take it as x. Then here trader gives 15% discount. If mark price is 100, what will be the selling price? 15% discount means you have to subtract 15 from 100. If mark price is 100 rupees, selling price will be 100 minus 15, it is 85. Another example, if discount is 20 rupees, what you have to write here? Then 100 minus 20, 80. You have to subtract the amount of discount from 100 to find the selling price. Now use the definition of direct proportion here. Definition says if one quantity decreases, other quantity also decreases in the same ratio. Now ratio between these two is equal to ratio between these two. We can write this ratio as a fraction, 500 over 100, x over 85. Now use cross multiplication. Here 500 multiplied by 85 equal 100 multiplied by x. To find x, you have to remove 100 from this side. So divide both sides by 100. Cancel, and here 2 zeros cancel. 5 multiplied by 85. It is 425. So selling price of the item is 425 rupees. That is the answer. That is all for today. I will teach the remaining part of this lesson in next video, and goodbye everyone.